It's hard not to be a fan of a credit card that gives you more while saving you money every single day. The Illini Visa Rewards Card, available only through U of I Community Credit Union.
Welcome to the Thursday walkthrough. I'm here with Coach Lovie Smith. Coach, game week. As you prepare for the opening game, you've been coaching for over 30 years now. Are there any opening games that stick out to you over the years?
And 30 years, just sinking that in, that's a lot of opening games. Yeah, there are some that stick out. And really, I been kind of, you go over this in your head once you get to another opening, game week. I remember most of them. I remember high school games, when I was in college playing, coaching, a lot of the NFL games. But everyone is different though. And that same excitement is what I remember is I've had the same excitement for the opening weekend of football every year I've been in sports. And that same excitement, anticipation is here now.
Yeah. Well, and one of the things that always comes with the opening game, especially the first time you're going through it with these guys, are some of the logistics with respect to the first game. When do kickers go out? When does the quarterbacks go out? Is that something, how have you gone over that with the team so that they feel comfortable in their game day routine?
Well, that's the part that's fairly easy because I have we have a basic way that we handle game day. Times when the kicker, you mentioned kickers going out, the linemen go out, and through training camp, you try to we've had a couple different days where we devoted to that. My game, going through the entire routine, going in at halftime, where the offense sits, where the defense, the time schedule. So we feel like we've gone through all of that, and the players have a pretty good idea about it. But still, it's just like a play. You can't plan for everything, and things pop up, and you need to be able to adjust.
Yeah. Well, and that's, I certainly knew that you guys, I'm sure, had gone over that many times. And, one of the things that has been kind of a point of emphasis in the college game over the past couple of years has been targeting. And, we've seen several times in really important situations, guys at various schools, getting ejected for targeting, and they tweaked the rule again this year. How important is it to try and marry the need and the desire to be an aggressive, hard-hitting defense while at the same time, obviously, looking out for player safety and making sure that your best players stay on the field?
Well, I think there's two different trains of thought on that. First off, it is about player safety with everything that you do. For us, how we practice. But I think it's a simple solution on what we do. You have, as a defensive player, you have to lower your target area. It's as simple as that. And to be safer, to even push it further than the rules say. For us, as a general rule, we ask the guys to think about waist down. We just want to avoid that area because now, players are bigger, stronger, faster. And if you just kind of analyze the big impact plays that can happen, that doesn't need to be in football. So this is how we teach it. Sometimes they're unavoidable though. And when things happen that, against the rules, there are consequences that you pay.
Sure. Well, and, with the rule changes in college as they're ever evolving as they were in the NFL, have you had much communication with referees at the Big Ten level, talking to them, making sure that you understand exactly what their expectations are and how they're going to call certain things?
Yes, we have. The good part about where we are, being centrally located here, close to the Chicago area and the Big Ten offices, we have, I would say every training camp practice that we had from the moment we got into our, full padded practices, we've had officials coaching us, letting us know exactly what they would call, been very helpful. We've also, as I mentioned, we had a couple mock games where we got into detail a little bit more about some of the mechanics. So we feel like our players are ready. And again, you get to the game and And on game day, you ask questions, and we have a great officiating crew in the Big Ten, and I'm sure they'll do a great job.
Yeah. Okay. Well, now time for the really hard-hitting stuff. So the day before the game, some coaches have the guys go back to the hotel. Some coaches, guys go to movies. What's the plan for the team? Is it a movie night? Is it get guys into the hotel, get them to rest up?
And again, as you mentioned, over 30 years, there's a lot of different ways we've done the night before the game. But what we settle on as much as anything on what gets you in the best frame of mind. Mm-hmm. It's just not to get the day before a game. As far as talking about the day before, though, the night before, we have a dinner, team dinner in the evening. We have chapel, mass service, and then I want the guys to get off their feet. There are college games on always, sure, and different things, so we let them relax. And then we have now game day, right before we have our Grange Grove walk. Mm-hmm. We'll have meetings. This year we've kind of changed up the routine. I really believe in campus life, so we have our pregame meal on campus. We will walk over to the stadium, but a part of the pregame meal over there, we have meetings there also.
Oh, interesting. Now, the night before, is there a Sunday bar?
I'm sorry?
Is there a Sunday bar at the dinner the night before, Friday night?
What is a Sunday bar now?
You got ice cream and all the toppings
No, that's not. No. There's a time for that after the game when you're celebrating, hopefully. But there is a meal that we feel like the guys need to eat to get them in the best position to play their best game.
I'm sure there's studies that have been done on things like that.
There's been quite a few studies done on that. The linemen, of course, most linemen I've been around don't really buy into it, but sometimes you have to make decisions that's best for them.
Sometimes you got to save them from themselves, right?
Every once in a while you have to do that, yes.
Well, Coach, thanks for taking time, and this has been a Thursday Walkthrough.